sunshine, warmer temperatures. They can only mean one thing. Summer is right around the corner. Allyson Morton and Taylor Orr from our Parks Department help kick off the season in episode 120 of the Lovin' Lebanon podcast. Seashore Waterpark opens soon with a few fun additions in store. Park programming is also ramping up. Details on Dippin Dots, digital signs, and disc golf are all right here. Episode 120 starts now.
Welcome to the Lovin' Lebanon podcast, highlighting all the great things happening in Lebanon, Indiana. Have an idea for an episode? Send an email to lovinlebanon@lebanon.in.gov.
Hey everybody, thank you for joining us here on this episode of the Lovin' Lebanon podcast. The weather is sunny, the temperatures are getting to where we like them to be, at least for right now. It changes every 5 minutes here in Indiana. We're going to preview some of the great things taking place within our park system. We have Allyson Morton, she's the programs director with the Parks and Recreation Department, and Taylor Orr, she is the office manager. Ladies, thanks for giving us some time. Appreciate it for you being here on the podcast.
We're very excited. We're glad the weather's good too. We've waited far too long for that.
Yes.
I thought it was going to snow again.
We got geared up and ready for the great weather, and then, whoa, there's a little curveball.
Yep, we need it to be warm, so our pool water's warm for opening day.
Which is coming up, which we're going to talk about. Can you put into words how busy and how crazy things are for you guys right now?
No, there are no words. Actually, it's not terrible. We've got 3 college kids working with us right now, helping us get ready. We've got 2 of our full-time maintenance guys up there, so it's chaos, but it's going smoothly, I would say.
Yeah, we finally wrapped up all of our hiring and certified all of our lifeguards, so that's all done.
Yep.
And we're ready.
We are. Bring it on.
Yeah, and opening day for Seashore Waterpark coming up later on this month.
Yes. So May 27th, Saturday, May 27th at 11 a.m.
Memorial Day weekend.
Okay. And there are some great changes that have been taking place. Folks, you may have seen on the social media pages of the Parks Department and shared by the city, some kind of maintenance being done at the lazy river and different things, continuing to help that make and look as wonderful as it did when it opened originally.
Yeah, so both pool vessels got repainted this year, so those are prepped and ready. We also redid tiling in our lazy river, so now that's all refreshed and refurbished. So basically in the last 2 years, almost everything out there has been refurbished and replenished and given a new life out there. So basically a new water park.
Yeah. We also have some fun new things in the concession stand. We're going to have Dippin Dots this year.
Whoa. What was that again? I'll turn up your microphone even more so people can hear.
Dippin Dots will be offered, as well as Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee. So we're excited about those.
We're very excited about those, to bring those 2 new things. So.
Yep.
And we just had a tour of second graders who came in from Central, and the mayor asked them different things and improvements they would like to see made, and one of the kiddos did raise his hand and say Dippin' Dots at the pool. So you're making his summer booyah.
Yeah, he's going to have to come see us. So Allyson worked hard on finding a vendor, and it got delivered last week. So we have our freezer and Dippin' Dots ready to serve.
Yep.
So.
How much stock do you guys put in continuing to maintain things and have it, the Seashore Waterpark look brand new, but also kind of putting in some different wrinkles there as well to kind of make things just a little bit different, but while staying somewhat the same?
Yeah. So I feel like every year we just kind of evaluate and think about, what could be changed, what could be added. So since COVID, ice cream has been a huge thing for me to get personally inventory. So I kind of was just like, we talked about Dippin' Dots last year and it got so busy. And this year I kind of put it on Allyson's plate, and she found a vendor and we were able to get it. So hopefully that'll be a new fun thing for people to have in the concession stand.
Yeah, I think we always try to every year freshen it up a little bit. And unfortunately, we don't have Lori Frost working with us anymore, and she was so great at coming up with new ideas and putting those into place. So Taylor and I really had to put our thinking caps on for this year.
We really did. We missed her so much, but hopefully, like I said, this year we're just
big shoes to fill.
Very big shoes to fill.
And another thing you guys are doing at Seashore is improving the communication experience as well, not just with menu items, but some different things. As we know, the Mother Nature can throw some curveballs, and at times the pools had to be closed because of lightning or stupid low temperatures and things like that.
Yep.
You guys are making some changes there, some improvements to help communicate with the public, not just from a concession stand perspective, but other ones too, right?
Yeah, we just installed a digital board basically right out by our concessions window. So we can put messages, special messages out there. Like for our Dottie Daughter dance, we always have to close a little early, or, weather messages. And also in real time, we can update the menu. So if we run out of pizza or pizza's done for the day, we can go ahead and mark that off. It just helps communication a little bit better.
We have the weather, the time, any special messages that we need to post, and hopefully it'll work. And then maybe we can add another, depending of how this one goes.
Yeah.
So.
And that's, some of the wrinkles that we were just talking about, everybody. We're talking with Allyson and Taylor here from our Lebanon Parks Department, getting things ready for summer as temperatures are warming up, improving here on the Love in Lebanon podcast. You talked briefly about it, getting all the hiring done, and I'm guessing that adds to kind of the craziness with it all. We talked before we hit record, more than a dozen temporary hires for the summer and getting everybody certified and geared out.
Yeah, more than,
almost 20, right?
Almost 20,
yeah.
With over half of those being lifeguards. So, and Thomas Ingalls, actually, he's new to our office, and he passed his certification. So he has been doing our certifications in-house. So we posted 2 of those. So we did certify all of our lifeguards this year, which was huge for us. That's something new that we've never done. We've always had to send them somewhere else to get certified. So to have him now on our team is just huge, and hopefully, obviously, safety is our number one priority, and we're just making it better. So
yeah, he'll be out and about a lot, like on the pool deck, making sure our lifeguards are doing what they're supposed to be doing. It's like a huge asset that he has that certification, because like Taylor said, it's very hard to find lifeguard certification instructors.
Yeah,
so to have that on hand is amazing.
Yeah, that's actually my next question, is having that in-house. You don't have to either farm it out or rely on someone else.
It's just going to be huge just to have him, and just extra eyes. Obviously, we have, it's so busy out there, and to have his eyes, and it almost makes me feel a little bit better with losing Lori too, and having him and being able to know everything that's going on. And I just think it'll be a huge asset and a good change to have.
Yes,
so.
for sure.
Yeah, so along with the pool opening, right around that time will be the splash pad. We get questions about that as well, and how those coincide with opening about the same time.
Yes, so we're looking to open the splash pad May 20th, so next weekend, next Saturday.
A week before the pool.
As long as the weather stays, it'll be open. So we're prepping that right now.
Yeah.
Excellent. Again, everybody, we're talking with Allyson and Taylor here from our Parks Department, getting us geared up for summer. And some of the great things that we enjoy with our Parks Department is the programming that is put out there. You guys wrapped up Easter and the Princess Extravaganza from recent vintage. How did those events go, and how much do you kind of put stock in keeping some events the same but also tweaking and adding more, similar to your philosophy with the Seashore Waterpark?
So I know the Easter egg hunt has been going on for years and years, so that's a staple. And thankfully the weather was really nice this year. So I would say we had one of our biggest crowds we've ever had.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we tweaked some things that I think really helped, as far as using a different sound system, and Joe let us use his microphone, so we were able to communicate. Since there's so many people there in different age groups, it ran very smoothly, and it's just something we love to, it's a free event that we love to offer to the community. They can come get their picture with the Easter Bunny, and then do the egg hunt. So it was,
I think you're forgetting one thing. What did you change? Do you remember? She this year, Allyson did a really good job. We had a lot of feedback last year, and we did implement a special needs egg hunt this year, and it went so good, and we were so glad to be able to offer that. And we offered that hunt. That was the first time this year, and like I said, Allyson did a really good job doing that. So that
we'll
was
definitely
new.
continue doing that for those families.
Yes,
That's wonderful.
Yeah. And the Easter egg hunt went great. And then we switched gears and just kicked off, or just had our princess party in the park at her cabin, which is kind
good
of
alliteration there. It's good.
Princess party in the park.
Say that again.
We kind of tie it into Mother's Day, but I mean, obviously, families, every family is welcome. And they were able to visit with Rapunzel and Sleeping Beauty this year. And then they got to make a craft and have cookies and punch. And it's just a fun little event.
And we had good weather for that one, too. We've been really blessed. Yes. We've had great weather so far. So hopefully that continues throughout this summer and the rest of our programs.
And we also have our spring pickleball league going on right now. I think we have 12 teams in the league. So it's running through the second week of June. And then that one will be done. But So yeah, busy spring programming going on right now.
We've seen you out there playing pickleball, Allison, and we just wrapped up a podcast, the previous one, with Andy Card, with Card and Associates, and talking about the growth of pickleball. Have you guys seen that here in Lebanon as much? I know when the courts opened and it was pretty packed out there. Still,
it was packed today when we drove out here. There was a lot of people. That whole back parking lot was packed. So
and there's always people, and there's people now I'm noticing from all ages.
Yeah.
I think pickleball kind of, is for the older crowd, but now there's a lot of high schoolers that come out and play, and even in our league we have younger people that are playing. So it's fun, and I do enjoy it as well.
Our kids last year, our staff, our Seashore Waterpark staff, they had a I wouldn't say a tournament, but they all went out there one night and they all played. So that was really fun of them.
Yes, and the courts eventually will be fully replaced. We try our best to keep them in good shape
what we have
right now, but it's in the plans to eventually get them replaced.
which was the goal. I mean, these were temporary. These were never expected to be a long-term deal, with a pool expansion kind of in the works for long-term and different things along those lines. And so it's never meant to be an eternal court, right? I mean,
they are fairly unique because they have lights, which I've heard not a lot of have lights around. So with that, we will also have our Serving Up Sparks pickleball tournament.
Great transition.
Under the lights.
Under the lights.
Yeah,
so it'll be a night tournament like we did last year to show off our lights. And so we've posted on our social media and our website information regarding that.
You talked about some of the thinking longer term with the Parks Department. If we can shift things to the southern part of our community and Admiral Longley Park and the Conservation Club area there, other improvements that we should expect to see in the not too distant future when it comes to parks on that side of town?
Yeah. So right now we're currently master planning for the docks at the Conservation Pond, and then we're master planning for the disc golf course. So hopefully, I know we've had a ton of inquiries about our disc golf because we used to have that at Abner Longley, but due to drainage, it was all underwater. So we're trying to work on that right now. We're master planning for that, master planning for the docks, potentially some buildings out there, and just keep improving the conservation pond and that part of Abner Longley. So
and I think also another project is a walking path out there that's similar to the Memorial Park walking path with lighting and all of that. So some good projects going out there.
You guys like being this busy? Somewhat like being this busy.
Yes.
Thinking about having all these amenities being added and improved throughout the community, not just in one centralized park, but all over our community.
Yeah, we enjoy it. And our year is interesting because there's obviously lulls. During the winter, there's not a lot happening in the park. So we enjoy that downtime. But then when it's time,
kind of when we hit the ground running, we're just going and you can't really stop us.
Yeah.
And then October will come around and we're like, are we done yet?
Yeah. It's a slow day today.
Yes.
But I enjoy that part of it because you get
I do too.
different.
Every day is different, and getting to see our high school and college kids. We were just laughing yesterday. Alice and I got told, we asked how old we were, and we got the number 40.
Yeah. 40. We're only 31. Do we look like we're 40? What the heck?
Wait until you get are you 50 yet? There are those of us who get that now.
I was so shocked. I'm like,
that
all
was
right,
from
I
a
guess we've crossed that bridge.
Yeah. So
I guess she was 20. Yeah. She's like, what? I thought you guys were 40. I'm like, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then you fired her.
Exactly.
She got back to putting the rock down real quick out at the water park.
She did. But they are fun. They bring a whole different
Keeps you on your toes.
level of entertainment. So.
And with those kids who are now looking for employment after guessing your age incorrectly.
Yep.
How great is it to not only provide employment for them, but to have maybe those youngins that you saw when they were kiddos on a merry-go-round or swing set become lifeguards and then come back from college or whatever adventure they're having to be able to come home and see them. Is it pretty a unique, fun experience?
It's very fun. So this year, with the loss that we have of Lori, we had two of our captains, Morgan Lawson and Riley Jump. We kind of asked them if they would be interested in stepping up, and so both of them were fully on board. So both of them are supervisors this year. So I think that'll be a huge adjustment and a different role for them. They're going to be having to manage their peers a little bit more. So we'll see, I'm sure, some challenges with that, but we're very excited to have both of them step up, along with Erin Hughes. She stepped up a ton too, so she's filling Lori's role as pool manager this year, and then she'll have supervisors under her. We'll have Maggie coming back and Amanda coming back. So we have returners, but we also have kids that are stepping up. So
yeah, and I think it says something. So Erin, how many years did she work as a lifeguard and then a captain, and then she's been a supervisor, and now she's like head, you know.
Seeing her thrive and put her ideas to, that was kind of fun this year to get to see her wheels start turning of like, okay, well, we can do this or we can do that.
Yeah.
So.
We always try to give kids opportunities to stay and go into a different role if it's available, because experience is so needed out there. So like Riley and Morgan have gone from a lifeguard to a captain to now a supervisor, and we hope that other kids will get to do that as well.
Yep.
And we enjoy the kids. We create like relationships with them. Some of them have babysat my children. Like they just are good kids, and you try to keep them around as long as you can.
Yeah, we do.
So,
Keep them in the nest.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that goes into like the quality of life experience where you want to create when they're younger, that type of that sense of community with our parks department, which is a great asset that we brag on our parks department all the time, as many times as you know, without it getting into monotony. But how is it fall into the quality of life kind of basket where you're wanting to create that experience where that's their sense of community?
Right.
And they're always willing. So even after the season, we have a ton of stuff that we always need help and volunteers. And they're the first ones that we go to, and they're the first ones that want to volunteer. So I think it's a great place for them to work.
Yeah. Like John always says, we're family out there.
Yeah.
Not only with our park staff, but then our seasonal
Part-time,
maintenance, seasonal part-time kids as well. We try to keep it family out there. So,
And you kind of have that philosophy with our community also. Is that kind of something that you do want to create that experience where that's where it's at?
yes, absolutely. I mean, we do everything for the community. We try to keep our events very, the costs down so anybody can attend, and we try to keep these traditional events going because that's, the family community aspect of it. So
creating those memories and those experiences. It's okay to giggle on the podcast. It's okay. You're getting touchy-feely. It wasn't just a line, but you delivered it like it was. Is that what the look you're giving her, Taylor? Was like, you should be on a Hallmark card or write them. Is that what you're...
Yep.
We're all about one big family.
All about community
Yes,
here.
we are.
As we wrap things up with Allyson and Taylor here, and the Giggle Fest has begun. Wanting to be able to communicate with the public, what's a good way for them? We talked about some of the programming that has happened, the Easter extravaganza and the Triple P, the Princess
Party in the Park.
And then the daddy-daughter dance is coming up later. There you go. What's the best way for people to stay up to date with those great events? And the theme days I've heard are coming back to Seashore. What's the best place for them to stay up to date and stay informed?
We're pretty active on our social media. So we have a Facebook and Instagram, and then our website. But we post almost daily on our Instagram and Facebook, and we try to keep the community informed through that. And then we also have our obviously big sign out on 39 that we post everything at too. So
And your newsletter. So we'll be doing our newsletter weekly at this point. And so if you've ever rented or done anything in the park, you should receive that newsletter as long as you haven't unsubscribed from us.
yeah, don't unsubscribe.
Yeah. And Joe, obviously.
Yeah.
Like to share updates of the park. I mean, like I mentioned, it's a big positive for our community for sure.
Yeah.
Well, ladies, I know your time is precious and want to send you on your way. And thanks for the time. We appreciate it here on the podcast. Thanks for the insights. And we look forward to the updates, the Dippin Dots, and the great activities and all those things.
Yes. Thank you for having us.
Thank
we
you,
hope
Joe.
to see you all this summer.
Come see us.
And be part of the family, right?
Yeah, be part of the family.
Come
the
join the
Lebanon
fam.
family.
John will be proud that you both mentioned
Yes,
family.
He should. He should be a proud dad.
Yes, he's our work dad.
He is our dad.
If you made it this far, everyone, thank you for listening to this episode of our Love and Lebanon podcast. We thank Allyson and Taylor for their time, and thank you for listening. More episodes are coming your way soon. Thanks for being part of our family. We appreciate it.
Thank you. We are family.
We are family. Love you.